It starts small. At first, she replies to your messages instantly. She laughs at your jokes, leans into you when you talk, and always seems excited to see you. But slowly, something changes. Her replies get shorter. Her smile feels forced. Her voice sounds distracted, and then one day, it hits you. She's not as into you as she used to be. You're going through that right now? I want you to take a deep breath and hear this. This situation is not hopeless. Women don't simply fall out of love overnight. Psychology shows us that loss of interest is rarely one big dramatic event. It's usually the result of gradual shifts in emotions, habits, and interactions. And here's the good news. Those shifts can also work in your favor. In this video, I'm going to give you 2 powerful, science-backed actions you can take starting today to reignite attraction and rebuild her interest. No mind games, no fake personalities. It's just real psychology that works in real relationships. Before we get to those 2 actions, we have to understand something crucial: why attraction fades in the first place. Why women lose interest. One of the most frustrating things for men to hear is, "I just don't feel the same way anymore." It sounds final, like there's nothing you can do. But feelings are fluid. They change based on context, emotions, and environment. From a psychological perspective, there are 3 main reasons a woman might start losing interest. 1. The hedonic adaptation principle. Early in a relationship, everything is new. Her brain is flooded with dopamine, the same chemical that's released when we eat our favorite food or win a prize. But our brains are built to adapt. Over time, what was once thrilling becomes normal. Think about your favorite song. The first time you heard it, you couldn't stop playing it. But after the 200th time, you still like it, but it doesn't hit the same. This happens in relationships too. 2. Emotional safety without variety. Emotional safety is good, the foundation of trust. But if safety turns into predictability, the spark can fade. Why? Because our brains crave novelty as well as security. A woman might feel comfortable with you, but not excited. And excitement is a big driver of attraction. Example from research. In a study by Aaron and Aaron, 1997, couples who engaged in novel activities like dancing, hiking, or learning a skill together reported significantly higher relationship satisfaction than couples who stuck to routine. 3. Loss of self-identity in the relationship. This one hurts to admit, but it's common. Sometimes, in an effort to please her, a man gives up the very qualities that made him attractive in the first place. He stops pursuing hobbies, stops hanging out with friends, and makes her the center of his world. It sounds romantic, but in psychology, this is called self-expansion. Loss when your sense of self shrinks. So does the other person's perception of your value. Now that we understand the psychology, we can talk about the 2 powerful things you can do to flip this dynamic. Powerful thing number 1. Rebuild your own gravity when you notice her losing interest. The natural instinct is to do more: call more, text more, try harder to prove your value. But in attraction psychology, this often backfires. Here's why. When you chase, you shift the power dynamic. You're signaling scarcity. Your attention is easily given and therefore less valuable. Instead, you need to rebuild your gravity, that natural pull you had when you first met her. Step 1. Return to your magnetic self. Think back to before you met. You had your own life, your own goals, your own passions. You weren't sitting around waiting for her, you were out there living. That version of youth, one with purpose and direction, is attractive because he radiates self-confidence. Psychology link. In social psychology, people are drawn to those who display autonomy, a sense of independence and control over their own life. Step 2. Level up. You don't have to become a different person. You just need to become the best version of yourself. That could mean hitting the gym and improving your health, starting that side project you've been putting off, reconnecting with friends you've drifted from. When you invest in yourself, you communicate without words that your life is rich and fulfilling. and this reawakens curiosity in her mind. What's he up to? Why does he seem different? Step 3. Guard your attention. When someone's interest drops, overgiving attention can cheapen it. Instead, be deliberate about your availability. Not to play games, but to remind both of you that your time and energy are valuable. Real-life example. A coaching client of mine was in a long-term relationship where his girlfriend had grown distant. Instead of chasing, he focused on his career, joined a men's basketball league, and started learning photography. 2 months later, she began initiating contact more. Why? Because she saw him growing, and her brain associated that with renewed attraction. Powerful thing number 2. Reintroduce emotional variety. Once you've rebuilt your own gravity, the next step is to reignite novelty in the relationship. Attraction thrives on unpredictability, in the sense of instability, but in the sense of pleasant surprises. Step 1. Change the script if your time together feels like the same movie on repeat. You need a new plot. Break routine. Instead of Friday dinner at the same restaurant, try a random midweek adventure. Change the tone. If your talks have been purely logistical, throw in playful teasing, like when you first met. Add challenges. Try something neither of you is good at, like cooking an exotic dish or taking a dance class. Step 2. Add mystery the right way. This doesn't mean disappearing or ignoring her. It means having enough going on in your life that she wonders what's next. Psychology link. The reward uncertainty principle tells us that dopamine spikes when rewards are unpredictable. If she knows exactly what you'll do, the dopamine stops flowing. Small positive surprises keep the brain engaged. Step 3. Make her feel something. Attraction is tied to emotional intensity. That can be joy, excitement, laughter, or even challenge. Think about your most vivid memories. They're charged with emotion. If you can bring emotion back into interactions, you can reignite attraction. Real-life example. One man I coached planned a mystery date where he gave his partner clues leading up to the day. She didn't know where they were going until they arrived. It was a hot air balloon ride. Months later, she was still telling friends about it. That's the power of emotional variety. Common mistakes that make things worse if you're trying to win back interest. Avoid these traps. 1. Overcommunication. Flooding her with messages makes you seem reactive, not confident. 2. Guilt tripping. Saying you've changed puts her on the defensive. 3. Dropping your own life. The moment your self-identity shrinks, so does her interest. How to rebuild connection over time. 1. Patience is key. Interest fades gradually, and rebuilding it is a process. 2. Focus on experiences, not arguments. You can't debate someone into attraction. 3. Celebrate small wins. If she initiates more, smiles more, or seems more engaged, acknowledge it quietly and keep going. Losing someone's interest can feel like losing a part of yourself. But remember, this isn't about getting her back by pretending to be someone else. It's about rediscovering who you are at your best, sharing that version of you with her again, whether she comes back or not. These 2 actions, rebuilding your gravity and reintroducing emotional variety, will make you more attractive, more confident, and more fulfilled. And that's something you'll carry into every future relationship.